Minecraft has been adding new variants to some of the oldest mobs in the game, apart from one being the sheep. It's more than likely because there's already 16 different variants of sheep inside the game, meaning the devs probably don't see a real reason on adding more types of sheep variants. But even with that, we're still seeing plenty of changes to how sheep generate, as well as plenty of changes to villages. And before you get your pitchforks out or anything like that, let me just say, these changes for villagers are actually mostly good. But before we get to the villager stuff, what's up with sheeps? Well, now as this one update, depending on the biome you're in, will determine what color of sheep you actually find. Say in like neutral temperated climate biomes, you're still gonna find like the traditional like white sheeps all over the place, as well as like maybe some gray ones and things like that. Inside of different types of biomes, say like maybe a colder one or a warmer biome, you're gonna find completely different colored sheeps. Say like a black sheep, or pretty much a black sheep, or maybe another gray sheep, or okay, this is honestly the first time I'm playing around with this, but from the looks of things, there is going to be a whole bunch of black sheeps, including blue sheeps. I didn't even realize that was a thing, but yeah, what of the sheeps are we actually going to get? Probably what looks to be plenty of black and maybe just a little bit of blue and a little bit of light blue, so from the looks of things, we're going to get like light blue, blue, and just mainly black inside of colder biomes, which is pretty much exactly how things are going to happen, because inside of cold biomes, you are going to find black sheep, light blue sheep, cyan sheep, and gray sheep. And black sheep is just going to be the most common one inside these biomes. Neutral biome sheep, still going to be white, still going to be gray, still going to be light gray, and going to be a little bit of brown every now and then. But if we say we're to locate, say, a desert, or maybe like even mesa, or something like that, or even a jungle will also work too, then we're going to find what type of sheep here. Brown sheep, okay, that's not a surprise. We're going to find brown sheep, okay, that's still not a surprise. We're going to find brown sheep, okay, I think I know what the common type of sheep you're going to find inside more biomes are. I just have a small feeling. But let's see what other types of sheep. Brown is so common. Why is it so common in these biomes? There we go. We still find the illustrious pink sheep inside of here, and from the looks of things, orange sheep, I think. Maybe that's a thing inside these biomes now. Maybe we could find orange sheep. Potentially. Oh, and red sheep. Ooh, that's a cool one. So, uncommon seem to be orange and red for the most part, including, according to the changelog, pink. Yeah, pink, orange, red, and yellow are going to be the uncommon ones inside of warm biomes. Is this at all game-changing? No, not really. But it's still just another way in, like, distinguishing where you actually find sheep and things like that, even though you could just, like, simply dye them to any other different type of color you'd want. But in the case you don't want to have to, like, find a whole bunch of dye and stuff, then there is a good way in finding a whole bunch of different types of sheep across the land. But something else you might find across the land is our good old friends, the Wandering Trader. And there's been plenty of changes to the Wandering Trader, and we did see a bunch of these changes in a long time ago, snapshot and things with the villager experimental features, and of all the negativity of that one experimental time, the Wandering Trader seemed to got the most positivity, and as of today's beta and preview, we are seeing plenty of those changes actually coming inside the game, as we can see. Now we could actually trade for, like, emeralds, or we could trade for a bunch of other different type of useful things. What about this one? What do you have? We could trade fermented spider eyes for emeralds, water buckets for emeralds. We could even get some of the new stuff, like the tall dry grass and all other different types of things. You, my good sir, have gone from an average, if not below average mob, to a pretty noteworthy one now. Which honestly, again, like, of all the changes with the villager stuff, I was so disappointed in hearing we had to wait for all these changes, but at least now, we are seeing some of the more positive notes of that one update finally making its way inside of Minecraft. And while Wandering Traders are seeing huge changes, villages themselves are actually seeing plenty of changes too. But again, before you start to panic, no, the entire village isn't going to completely change, but there is one particular type of villager that's going to be really changing, and that's actually the cartographer, because now you're actually going to get plenty of different types of new maps you can actually trade for, which I don't know if that was a controversial feature when this was originally going to be released, but at least now you are actually going to be able to have access to more types of maps, assuming I could actually find where this cartographer is. Where are you, cartographer? I'll tell you where you're at. You're right here. There you... No. Come on. One of you got to link onto these. No? There you go. Thank you. Thank you, my good sir, because now we get new types of maps you can actually trade for. And if we actually just grab ourselves a few emeralds to trade with, then what we're eventually going to see is we're going to be able to find plenty of different types of villager maps based on the type of biome we actually find them in. Say like a savanna village, if you want to find one of those, you could trade for that. A taiga village, you could trade for that. And plenty of other different types of biome-dependent villages you could actually find with a map. And I'd imagine the taiga village is probably going to be relatively far away. Yep, very, very much so far away. But now we actually know where we can go, assuming we know which way north is, in which case I don't, but you get the idea, In the case you want to make it easier on finding biome-dependent villages, then you can actually do that now, and that's not it. That's not where we actually end with all the villager changes, because inside of villages too, there's actually new type of loot you can actually find inside the chest, because now inside of chests you can actually find not here. You can actually, nope, no chest here. Come on, there's gotta be a chest in here. You can actually, where is this? It's gotta be around here somewhere, but it's not surprising that I'm having a hard time, because now inside this update, inside villages, you're actually going to have a 33% chance of actually finding bundles inside one of these chests around the place. My 33% feels like 0% because I'm not finding anything, but in the case you're just mildly luckier than me, then you might be able to find some bundles inside a villager chest now. Maybe if we go to a different village, maybe we'll have better luck in a different one. Come on, come on. There we go. Finally. So now you can find bundles. That's all I'm trying to say. Now you can find bundles inside of villagers. Wait, not villagers. Villages. I honestly didn't get why Minecraft just couldn't add, like, the good parts of the village update, but at the very least now we are finally seeing it, and while all this stuff is pretty cool to see added inside this one preview, one of the more noteworthy things is actually when you load up a world, because for the longest time, the new game drop was locked behind an experimental tab, but now, as of this one preview, it's gone. Meaning only one thing is realistically possible, meaning this update is really, really close to actually coming out. When I say really, really close, I don't mean like next week or anything like that, but probably within the next month or two, we are actually going to see this brand new update with all this new foliage, with all these new plants, with these new village trading things, with the sheep stuff, with all the mob variants, with all this other different types of stuff. We should be seeing relatively soon, within the next possibly few weeks. If I had to guess, maybe around the end of March, considering spring break for most people is actually around that time, as far as I'm aware, and I'd imagine Minecraft would want people to be off from school and work and stuff to actually enjoy this new update, so if I had to guess, probably around the end of March, beginning of April, should be when this brand new update releases. I'm probably wrong by a lot, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, let me know what you think of these changes down below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.